Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Wolf here. I'm back, and what we've got for you today in this brand new FIFA 22 video is my best and updated post-patch narrow custom tactics for you guys. Yes, your 4-3-1-2 and your 4-1-2-1-2 narrow custom tactics are being brought to you here by myself. I did use them this weekend league. Ignore the team on your screen at the moment. This is my road to glory. I didn't use this team as such. I used most of it, but I did change a couple of players around. We did finish rank 1, and we did get the boy, Ezri Kotze, but you guys don't really care about that. I care about that, but yeah. What I'm basically saying is ignore the team, because ignore where the players are playing when I show you my 4-3-1-2 and 4-1-2-1-2 custom tactics, because I had an actual CDM while I was playing the games. I wasn't actually using my man Mostovoy in CDM/centre mid. So please, please, please remember that when you are looking at the team. By the way, this card, legit. Christian Pulisic. I took the weak foot one. I did do a player review on him. If you guys want to go and check that out on my YouTube channel, make sure you go and do as well. But yeah, your absolute bread and butter, your 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I really like it this year, man. I'm liking it more and more and more the more I use it. I'm really tempted to, like, really give it a proper go. Like, give it a good 2-3 weeks with it and stuff like that. But at this moment in time, thoroughly enjoying it. I'm playing Robbie Keane and Pulisic up front. Fekir in that cam position. Mostovoy wasn't playing CDM, but he is now. Vinny and Benzema as my 2 centre mids. And then, of course, back 4 stays the same. Pretty common sense-wise what the back 4 is. But yeah, Christian Pulisic was the man. The thing with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow YouTube, and the thing that, like, my biggest bit of advice I can give to you for that is, when you are using it, everything really does go through your cam. So you're going to need a really big boy in that cam position. You're going to want someone that is very good in that cam. Your 2 strikers as well, as long as they're absolutely class, you're in for a treat. Kind of like with any formation on FIFA, your strikers are important, man. Like, you don't want to be getting into a situation where the strikers let you down. You don't want that. But yeah, the CDM is also very important. I feel like a lot does go through the CDM. But having said that, I feel like the outside centre mid, so your right centre mid and your left centre mid, nothing really too involved in that. Now, the custom tactics I use in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I'll show you 4-1-2-1-2 narrow first, and then the 4-3-1-2 after. Pretty bog standard, kind of like what I use for everything. You know what I talk about in my custom tactics YouTube. I like to find my happy medium G-spot. Balanced on the defensive style, along with 45 width, 55 depth. Balanced on the direct, balanced on the offense, and direct passing on the offense. Remember, YouTube, you should know by now if you're watching my videos, direct passing is the way to go. Forward runs is very good, though. I have to admit, forward runs is definitely like a viable option, 100%. But for me, why is my Spotify just gone there? But for me, direct passing works the best. It really is the most overpowered one, I feel. 50 on the width. I kind of like, because I'm playing a narrow, I don't want to go too wide, because then you're losing what that narrow is about. But at the same time, you then don't want to go too narrow, right? So you kind of like want to be in that happy medium G spot like I talk about. The happy medium for me when I'm playing the 4-1-2 narrow is 50 width. I then do play on 7 players in the box. I kind of like 7. I switch mainly between 5 and 7. You won't really see me use more than 7, and you won't ever see me use less than 5. A lot of the time, you won't really see me use less than 6 normally. But for me, with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, 7 does work the best. And YouTube, if there is anything, and I mean absolutely anything that you're going to take from today's video, lower your corners and free kicks down from 3 and 3. That is what it'll be on default. It'll be on 3 and 3. Lower that straight down to 2 and 2. Trust me, you need it. Trust me, you need it. It will stop you getting counter-attacked on from your own corners and own free kicks, and you don't really lose a lot in terms of the attacking output of the corners and the free kicks. So trust me, put that on. It'll help you tenfold. So yeah, they're the main custom tactics I use with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. The defensive style balance, it kind of is what it is. I don't really like to venture too much away from that unless I'm using like a YOLO or an attacking set of custom tactics. 45 width, 55 depth. It just works, man. Nothing too defensive like 45, and then nothing too YOLO where it's like 65, 45, 55. It just works really well, man. It really does work well for me. The 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is definitely making a comeback 100%. Now, The player instructions that I use on the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow are like so. Get in behind and stay forward on both of my strikers. Very important that you do have them on getting behind. I was trying them both on stay central, but I didn't really like that. I preferred them when they're just on balance width. So then they do have that option to drift a little bit wider if the space is there. You're not kind of shoehorning them into a position like that, which is kind of like why I left them in there on that getting behind, stay forward. I really do like getting behind. You'll see in all of my custom tactics videos, getting behind on my strikers is what I use. My cam, very important. I do have him on stay forward and get into the box for cross. The get into the box for cross is the important part here, YouTube. Make sure you put that on. Get into the box for cross, very, 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 very important you do that. My left centre mid is then on completely default settings, apart from the defensive position. He is on cover centre, and that is the same as my right centre mid. But I do have my right centre mid on get forward. When I'm playing a narrow, I like to have one of my centre mids, whether it be the left or the right. That is up to you. It doesn't make much of a difference. Just as long as one of them is on get forward, you're onto a winner. And then my CDM is on, wait, can I get him? Is on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover centre. And then last but not least, YouTube, both of my fullbacks are on stay back while attacking and overlap. If you are very comfortable in defending 1v1 situations at the back, I would definitely recommend putting your fullbacks on balance, but be warned, you will definitely be left with just two at the back. So make sure you are comfortable defending it. And then, of course, I never change my goalkeeper. So that is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. The 4-3-1-2, very, very, very similar. So I won't go into too much detail, really. The 4-3-1-2, pretty much exactly the same. Pretty much identical as the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Because the only difference is Mostovoy, but it wasn't Mostovoy during the weekend, but it is at this moment in time. He is now playing in centre mid rather than CDM. That is literally the only difference with this formation. So, the custom tactics, pretty much the same as the narrow. Balanced, 45 width, 55 depth. Again, with the 4-3-1-2 though, you will find yourself a little more susceptible at the back. So definitely, if you do struggle with defending, maybe lower it down to like 50 depth. Maybe it might help you a little bit. But for me, obviously being good at the game and stuff like that, I am able to play on that 45, 55. It does work very good for me. Build up play, again, balanced and direct passing. 60 on the width this time. The reason being, and you will see this when you use the 4-3-1-2, is because the centre mid, the three centre mids are very much like in a line. So if you do play a little bit too narrow on the width, they're very much congested. So I just up the width a little bit, and it does seem to work better with the 4-3-1-2 than the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. 7 players in the box, 2 corners and 2 free kicks. Remember, YouTube, if you're going to take anything from this video, 2 corners and 2 free kicks. Trust me, trust me. And then player instructions, pretty much identical as the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Get in behind and stay forward on both my strikers again. My cam, once again, stay forward and get into the box for cross. Very important that you do have your cam on get into the box for cross, okay, YouTube? Very, very, very important. I just feel like you get a lot more out of the attacking side of the game when you do that. My middle centre mid is then on stay back while attacking and cover centre. My left centre mid, completely default settings apart from cover centre. And then my right centre mid, exactly the same as the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow on get forward and cover centre. And then last but not least, YouTube, stay back while attacking and overlap on both my fullbacks, along with completely default settings on my goalkeeper. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is my brand new updated rank 1 4-1-2-1-2 and 4-3-1-2 custom tactics for you guys. Trying them both out. I'd probably, if you're asking me for my opinion, I'd probably prefer the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow if you force me to pick, just because I feel like it's a little more defensively solid overall. But thank you for watching, guys. Remember, if you haven't already, please, please, please drop a like on today's video for me. Drop a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button to my channel and hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. And remember, guys, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.